Okay, well, obviously everyone wants to know what you think about the proposed indoor sports complex. That seems to be the next major issue that the council is going to have to deal with. We'd like to hear your thoughts about it. Perhaps some thoughts of yours about the continued partnership with NCS. And then maybe a more quantitative analysis about how a project like this would generate some more economic activity within the city.
Well, I think the economic activity is the big concern. This is going to be a defining decision for this council. We're new, most of us. I will tell you that I was really never fond of the amphitheater. I wasn't. I don't know how it's going to bring the kind of economic impact that we're hoping for. When you look up this St. George Cedar, the facilities are there. They drain funds and they have endowments that have carried those things. That's how they exist. We don't have that in place today. Mm-hmm. That was one of the concerns we had. We brought NCS forward and had some discussion, tried to look at some other opportunities, and that's where this, I'm going to call it a tent for lack of a better word. I think we all know when we talk to this tent facility that what we're all talking about. I can see the merit in something like that. It does have potential. That's a lot of money, and I understand it's RDA money. I'm not completely sold on spending that kind of money, and it is taxpayer dollars. We can say it's RDA and this and that, but it all comes down that it's taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that we're going to look at maybe going out to bid on this thing and see if we're actually getting a fair price for what we're trying to get. And that's the only way you really analyze and can get to the bottom of what the actual costs are going to be. And people need to understand that regardless of how that vote goes, this is strictly to allow staff to go out and really bring us some hard numbers of what it's going to cost to the best of our estimates and guesstimates and all those things as they do their due diligence. Bring that back to the council. We can analyze the numbers and go and then make a final decision as to where that project is ultimately going to go. I think the key here is we have got to make sure that we stabilize the local businesses, the ones that are here, the existing businesses. They weathered the storms, and we still have some weathering to do. None of us know when that's going to turn, and I'm not seeing a lot of great indication that it's going to be quick.
Yes.
So my caution is, folks, we have to do the right thing with whatever project it is, and sometimes maybe we continue to just stabilize what we have and maintain that until we really get things back on the uptick.
Well, you did mention in several forums that, once we spend the RDA money, should we spend the RDA money on this project, it is gone and not recoverable if something would happen and the project is not a success.
Well, and those are some of the concerns I have. We have spent RDA funds on some things that have turned out that we may not see any benefit, and we may not get some of those funds back.
Any ideas or examples?
Well, we're going to be discussing those at the next City Council meeting. It's on the agenda with the Solstice Barcelona project, and there's some history there that I think people need to be aware of, so that regardless of the decision, that citizens really understand the whole history behind that project and how maybe the citizens weren't represented the way they should have been represented when that thing completely started, and the funds that probably should have gone to the citizens that went elsewhere with the prices of the land and how that thing was zoned previous to a sale and those kind of things.
And that's at the October 11th City Council meeting? That's
on the agenda. It's yes. Actually, we're going to discuss RDA, and we've asked those folks to come and give us some directions to their side of the program and what's happening out there financially.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your appointments to some of the regional committees, the Regional Transportation Commission, Regional FLED. Those are some pretty big responsibilities that affect all of Mesquite. I think at least the readers of the Mesquite Citizen Journal are well aware of the controversy going on with the RTC bus contract. So talk a little bit about your responsibilities on those committees, your role, the kind of decisions that you have to make for the people here.
Well, as you said, I was appointed to serve on the Regional Transportation Commission. Jacob Snow is the manager there. I'm also on the Regional Flood Control. Mr. Fraser's on that one. They're great staff, knowledgeable people. They do a great job, respected across the nation, both of those departments. I was told that, you know, that's great boards to serve on, which I still maintain. However, we stepped into with the RTC. It's a challenge the way it's a 4-4 deadlock. There's 2 county commissioners, 2 from the city of Las Vegas, myself, one from Boulder City, 1 from Henderson, and 1 from North Las Vegas. So it's an 8-member board, and we're deadlocked 4-4 on this $50 million savings to the citizens of Clark County. Hopefully we can get some resolution here. We've been told by the judge that basically, folks, you guys need to go ahead and award this thing the way it came down to First Transit. And now we've, from the FTA, they basically said, look, you need to, this thing needs to roll along, or there could be some potential funding loss.
And the FTA is the Federal Transit Administration that gives RTC a lot of its funding.
The funding, and so the national funding. I know there's some frustration, you know, from the staff, and there's quality staff. I've sat down with them, and we've benefited. Mesquite's benefited tremendously from both of those entities. Flood control, you know, they have long-term plans. The 10-year plan shows stabilizing the banks of the Virgin River so that we can, you know, completely be safe from those 100-year floods that we seem to have every 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
So hopefully
we almost had one yesterday.
Yeah, I got a call about that. Somebody asked me if we were having another 100-year flood, and I told them that the Ark was ready. So we never know around here, but it is a great. I'm excited to be on those boards, and there's a lot of good that can be done there, and we have benefited. We have.
Well, I know someone asked the question the other day at the Mayor's Town Hall about flood control measures and what is being done about that after December 2010 flood. Has that topic been brought up to the Flood Control Board?
Right. Not necessarily in the discussions that are public. I've met with them privately, and they're aware of the concerns. Things going forward that will help stabilize that. Like I say, in the long-term plan, the bank stabilization of the Virgin River is on the it's on the plan, and so it's going forward. It's going to be costly, and those projects have to be you know, projected out over the budgetary constraints that they have. But it is on the long-term plan, and they're aware of that. With the dike that was built in December, moving forward with the governmental agencies so that we can keep that permanent.
Yes.
That's ongoing to, you know, get those easements established. My personal belief is with that there, with that staying there and being a permanent barrier, I think we're safe until we get this more concrete kind of aligned bank of the Virgin River. But I think there's been some great progress made, and hopefully we've eliminated the possibility and probability of flooding up in the areas that received it over the last 2 big floods we've had.
Okay.